7 o'clock on the Now Morning Show, and that song sounds so good. It's like it was released yesterday. Now Morning Show, and of course we're having a really great time this morning. So many discussions, and we're going to switch the discussion right now, and we're going to chat with the Honorable Minister of Sport and Community Development, the Honorable Shamfa Cudjoe, who is also the MP for Tobago West. Minister, good morning, and welcome to the Now Morning Show.
Good morning, Mark. Good morning to the TTT family. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Thank you for having me.
Minister, as we said, you're always on point. You always look like you're ready to go and cut a movie, you know? Always looking on point. Everything is on point. So we must compliment you.
Thank you.
Yeah, Minister, were you ever involved in sports as the sports minister? We don't know if it worked in some way that you were a former athlete or...
For me, playing sport has always been for fun. I've never done a high-level competition. As a child, I played tennis, and I played football at my secondary school level. But as an adult, I run for my own good health. So I do 5Ks, 10Ks, half marathons. I've done the CPC marathon 4 times. I've done the UE half marathon also. So, and right now I'm involved in I'm participating in the Pink Rain campaign hosted by the Ministry of Sport and Community Development, where we are running 70 miles by the 30th of September. We have hundreds of girls on board. It's about encouraging women to get up, get moving, and run for their health.
Now, Minister, I wish I had spoken to you before, because I was actually training for the Olympics. I mean, these muscles didn't come overnight just like this. You know,
wow.
Training for the 100 meters, but maybe next Olympics we'll have a conversation. You never know. I mean, I don't know where's the joke. What is the joke? But
I'll be happy to support.
But I thank you very much, Minister. You know, we got that confirmation there. Yeah, but Minister, what is it like in Tobago, in your constituency right now, as it concerns when we're talking about the vaccine, and how has the vaccine programs been taking place in your constituency in Tobago?
Okay, well, the uptake in Tobago has been slow. I would like to tell you a different story, but the truth is the uptake has been slow. Much better in Tobago West than in Tobago East, but we know a threat anyway is a threat to everybody everywhere. Yeah, so we have to do better in Tobago in getting vaccinated. The uptake has been slow. We've vaccinated, we have about 18,000 people who have received their first shot of the 2-dose vaccine, the one that requires 2 doses, and about 13,500 for those who have taken their 2 shots or are soon to be fully vaccinated. Our goal had been much higher than that. So we've tried new strategies to get the people out. In Tobago, our challenge is not so much accessibility. We have a variety. Just about 2 months ago, all over Trinidad and Tobago, people were complaining about not having access to vaccines. The media fed us the stories of going around and taking pictures of the long lines, and now here we are with hundreds of thousands of vaccines, and the challenge is to get people out to get vaccinated. Vaccine hesitancy is pretty high in Tobago. Right now we could say about 26 to 29% of the population have taken of the adult population have taken the vaccine. For us in Tobago, it's more a matter of going house to house and sitting with people, or going door to door and talking with people like I have been doing in Tobago West, convincing them, because it's easy to broad brush and say everybody or majority of people don't want the vaccine for X reason or Y reason, but as you interact with people, the reasons are different. So it's about getting them more informed and more educated, helping them to reduce the fear and the anxiety, and letting them know of the options and why it is important to get vaccinated, about protecting themselves and their loved ones. So that is where we're at today as it relates to vaccination in Tobago West, and must commend the TRHA, because they have been trying different means to get people vaccinated. The drive at Magdalena, they have hosted the Tobago West constituency. Ms. Utley and her team have been giving us that necessary help, where we, with speak to the constituents and make sure that they get to Magdalena, and then they would get their vaccines. So I'm pleased that TRHA is also doing the drive-through. There was one held at the end of July at Shaw Park, and we have another one coming up along with the roving vaccination drive for the rural communities, because I think in Tobago East and in the rural communities is where the vaccine hesitancy is highest. So we continue to work in those areas, and I continue to encourage Tobagonians to come out and to do their part. The government, we have our role to play, but you have your role to play too, and it's still a situation of, still a voluntary situation where we're asking you to seek your best interest and look out for your health and the health of others, and come out and get vaccinated. So I must say it has been a challenge. It's no walk in the park. It's not easy at all.
Now, Minister, you shared some figures just now. You said about maybe 20-something percent, 26% maybe. Does that include the school children also in the constituency?
Okay, so we recently included the school children in the figure. At first, we were looking at roughly 45,000 people to be vaccinated, but now we're looking at 50,100 when we included school children ages 12 to 18. The school children have been coming out also, and we've reached 1,000 already, but 6,000 Pfizer vaccines have been provided to Tobago. So we want to encourage parents to get their children out so that we can return to some level of normalcy. For me, in Tobago West, although the numbers are better than Tobago East, it's not about comparing. It's about getting to community immunity or herd immunity, as they say. So we want to get as many people vaccinated as possible. We have, and it's a matter of education, or the battle is not so much accessibility, it's fighting misinformation. So I'm from Bethel Village, and I know of many families and many people who have decided, and it's difficult trying to convince them to get vaccinated. We also have a challenge in Tobago where people who should be home on quarantine are still coming out and mingling and drinking bush tea at home and treating COVID-19 as a cold. And that is proving to be quite difficult for us, especially as we know the Delta variant poses a major threat. We've seen the examples from and the experiences of other countries, and we don't want to wait until somebody in our family dies to wake up. We cannot use the burn to learn method as it relates to COVID-19. We shouldn't wait until it hits home to learn, So it's about constantly talking and reasoning with people. I'm literally walking from house to house, or should I say yard to yard, talking to people, encouraging them. For some people, it's religious. For some people, the reason is they feel like they don't know enough information as to the content of the vaccine. For some people, they say, but I'm just waiting to see. I'm just watching to see. For some people, they don't know somebody who have died and pretty much almost waiting until it reaches home. And we don't want that. We look right up to Jamaica and you see people laying out on the floor in the lobby or the waiting room or the hallways of the hospital. We don't want that situation in Tobago. There's a lot that we don't know about COVID-19, but what we do know is that vaccines help to keep people from getting terminally ill, keep you out of the ICU and the high dependency units of the hospital. And we know that COVID-19 and especially Delta threat could shut down our health system in Tobago and in Trinidad and Tobago. We cannot manage those numbers. So we have to be responsible to ourselves, to our family members, the children in our family, the vulnerable senior citizens who are unwell and who are slower to take the vaccine. And we have a duty to country to ensure that the health system keeps running and that our social support system can take care of us. The more money we utilize on COVID-19 relief or parallel healthcare systems and parallel system, it takes away from money that could be used for other development and to get the economy running again there. Then there's this pressure that is rising between the vaccinated and the unvaccinated, where people who are vaccinated are saying, I'm vaccinated, I don't think I should have to reduce my activity or stay in a curfew for those who are not vaccinated. And it calls for collective responsibility and for us to really look out for each other, and those of us who are vaccinated to tell our stories, and those of us who have lost family members and friends. I like what the TRHA is doing as it relates to that by having people like Mr. McFadden and others come to the fore and tell their stories so that it really hits home as numbers turn into names and names turn into people we know and love, so it's about getting the message across. So I continue to encourage Tobagonians to come out and get vaccinated. The drive at Magdalena is extended for 1 more month, where you can walk in there, you get Johnson & Johnson, Pfizer, Sinopharm. Of course, AstraZeneca has to be done at the community centers based on you making a reservation. And from next week, we're going to have the vaccines at all the community centers. So I encourage you, those who are going out this week, you have Laketo on Tuesday and Thursday, Laketo Health Center. Then you also have Magdalena, which is running every day from 8 to 4. You have the Canaan Bonaparte Health Center also in Tobago West. So please, Tobagonians, please, school children, I know you want to get back to socializing, and we want to get back to getting the economy running, and we don't want to paralyze our healthcare system. So I want to just use this opportunity once more to encourage Tobagonians to come out and get vaccinated. You can't be afraid of COVID and afraid of the vaccine at the same time. You have to choose one.
Definitely. Pick your straw. Minister, thank you very much for chatting with us on the Now Morning Show. We do wish you a wonderful day. And I hope that, you will continue to bring more smiles into the members of your community and also the person that you will meet for the rest of the day today. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Matt. Thanks, everybody. Thank you, Trinidad and Tobago. Have a good one. Go out and get vaccinated.
Thank you very much.
Take care, everyone.
Of course, I got stuff looking at me like that. Folks, we just had a chance to speak to the Sport Minister, Minister of Sport and Community Development, the Honorable Shamfa Cudjoe. And of course, Anko was giving me the look a little while ago, because I don't know.
She find it was just so smooth. No?
He is selling himself.
Like
he's fully there. You know what? You do your thing. It's Wednesday.
I met in the supermarket once, and I don't know if we have to cut a break right now. And I said, Minister, you pushing your own trolley? She's like, yeah, I push my own trolley.
A woman of the people?
Yeah, the woman's strong. If you see how she pushing that trolley going up the road.
What is that trolley, man?
The woman's strong if you see speed.
You know what? Go out to Tobago, go out there and get vaccinated. Go and get your
jab.
Go and get your jab, right? All right. So we take a quick break and come back with more inside the Now Morning Show. Stay tuned.